Yo, 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 it's Hugo back with another video. So we're gonna be going through the weekly recap for the second week of our 500 to 50K challenge. We It was a pretty decent week. We started off the week with this trade here, kind of like what I was looking at on the higher time frame was I continued to see price make lower lows, not breaking above, but continue to break below. So I was looking, once I saw this rejection, I definitely felt as though we could push down to these lower levels, which we had all of this marked up. I was just studying, so that's why that was there. So we had the 50% here in the POI and a bit of liquidity here, which you can see price came and collected all of that in a week. So that's kind of like what I was looking at for the higher time frame. And as we continue to go down, you could just kind of see our price was just beautifully it just kept coming down. Midweek, we did attempt to catch a buy here, which we did catch it. It went up about 200 pips, and we didn't close it out. I did have this point of interest here, and I had this point of interest here because I felt like these are two areas it could come back to. I really felt like it could come back here, but it just came back here and decided to drop, which it took us out of that position. And we didn't cover or take anything as far as like break even or any profits off this trade. So it was a loss for us, and we it didn't end up using all the profits we made on here to risk for this trade because that's how I like to kind of do my challenges, so you're not over risking, on a trade. But this week, I'm gonna take a little bit of a different approach. Um, it's gonna still be within risk, but I'm gonna go all in. It's gonna be almost risking at least 90 to 80% of the account in times that is just uncertain, maybe 50. But we're gonna go all in. If we have to start all over, then we just have to do that. That's totally fine with me. But we're gonna go all in because these are definitely trades that we're winning, and they're going into profit. And one thing that I did realize just from studying is that I've been holding my trades a little bit longer during this challenge. So usually I would never, see 397 pips. It would be 100 pips and get out. And I've been holding them a lot longer lately, and I think that's what's been my detriment to where we've been, getting clapped, just a little bit more because I've just been holding them a lot longer. So we're going to do the 100 pips and dip, but in order to do that at a rate to where we can grow this account exponentially, we would have to risk a little bit more, and I'm comfortable with doing that. So that's what we're going to do for this up and coming week. I'm going to, sit down and kind of plan out the lots that I'm going to be using to execute the plan. And It's definitely, going to be an exciting week to kind of see exactly what we're gonna do. But yeah, we definitely got clapped out this trade. I didn't want to chase because once we got taken out here, I definitely felt like we can continue to sell. But I didn't want to chase this trade, so I just let it play out. Came all the way up into the POI and started to come up. But yeah, we're gonna definitely, see what this week has to offer. Again, if anybody has any questions or concerns, definitely feel free to hit me up for this up and coming week. I definitely see that we can use this area here to we broke structure, possibly come back up into this area and collect liquidity that's been collected as we made our way down. So I can see, making a new high, possibly coming up all the way to this area in the next week or two. It just really depends how the market decides to react to this area, and if it holds this area here, I'm definitely looking for buys to continue to make a new high. So, like I said, if you guys have any questions, just definitely feel free to let me know. We're back at break even in the account. So we went from 500 to about eight, eight something, close to 900. and we went back down to $516, which if you're in the chat, you can see that. Um, and we're going to try to go hard this week to push the account to its maximum potential. And I'm going to see you guys back here next week. Peace.